Right, as I've said in the past, this tractor I'm going to strip down to the bare bones. Find out what's going on. So the first thing we have to do is remove the bonnet and fuel tanks which are hidden underneath the bonnet. But before we can do that, we've got to remove the steering wheel, which we have done. Then we've got to remove the steering shaft, and to do that we have to take out this bearing and housing from this area here, from the end of the steering shaft, and then remove the cover off the top of the steering box, and we can see the worm. This is what the class is the worm, and the sector, I don't know if we can see that in there, sector's in there. A lot of wear gets built up in this area, which I will address in the later videos. I know this one is particularly worn in this top side of the housing. And so we remove the shaft out from the end, which hopefully will just slide down like so. And out it comes. You ought to be very careful. There's two very lightweight taper bearings in here. You can't see it very well, so I'll get a torch on it. You can just see the bearing there. It's a very lightweight taper bearing. Be careful not to get that bearing nipped in any of the gears. I speak with experience. And they don't take a lot before they'll break, so you've got to be careful there. So once that shaft's out, we have to try and fiddle that exhaust off. Now, I'm fortunate or unfortunate, but somebody in the past has cut a nice hole in the top of his bonnet for no other reason than to get at the exhaust pipe bolts which hold it onto the casting. Now, I've removed some which I could get to, but there is one hidden on the far side of the exhaust pipe which I will attempt to get out. And then you've got to try and remove the air stack. To do that, you've got to remove the air filter there, the thing with the yellow paint on. Once that's all dropped away, other than a few pipes and connections which, to be fair, on this tractor are already missing, have to be disconnected. There's the odd control lever on this tractor will have to be taken off, and you will also need to remove the shutter control rod. Too much bright light there, which is this shaft here, which again on this tractor was already removed. Someone had been into it. That runs along this side of the bonnet out to here. So hopefully then it will lift away. So anyway, I'll see how I get on and see how we get to. Okay.